Hello, hello. I almost spaced completely on going live at this time, so I'm sorry for being late today. I just decided last week that I was going to go live Mondays at 11, and I'll be alternating between readings and like mini workshops. And I didn't even realize I had put a link out and I had a client scheduled for this initial Monday. So I need to go in like immediately after this and block it off in my calendar so that doesn't happen again. Let me grab all of my cards. But better late than never. We're here. We're going to just assume it was divine timing. This was the time we're meant to be here doing this today. Okay, so I'll start with the collective read. I think that's a nice way to get into the energy vibe. And if you were showing up here, please drop your question in the comments. We are approaching this eclipse season, so I do feel like the energy is already coming in. And I think what's interesting is that all of these different modalities that we have, like astrology, people that can read energy intuitively, people that channel other things that are like astrology, that it's all kind of pointing towards the same thing. I feel like it's all different kinds of tools that allow us to really get confirmation to what we're feeling. So I'm going to pull in the aspects. We're going to start for our collective in love, money. Okay, so love, we'll read for money. Okay, wow. It's a lot of cards coming out. Love, money. We will also do reading for health and well-being. And if you want to choose one of these categories, I do like to work with specific questions. So if you have a specific question about relationships, something in your business, something with your career, drop that in the comments if you'd like to get a reading. And I'm just going to start us off with this collective read, just to start bringing in like the energy of what this is going to be about today. And then relationships. Let's see that way. Wait, expression. Expression's our last one. So we've got love, money, relationships, expression. Okay. Okay. So for the collective that I read for, we're going to start off with tuning into the realm of love. And look at this. This is coming in a lot lately. I love myself completely and unconditionally. Okay. So this portion of the collective read is going to be for those of you that are in a place of trying to look for more love in a romantic partner, to open up more love in relationships and friendships, like more harmony, or more love within yourself. But I feel like what this energy is really showing us right now is that we do need to remember that during eclipse seasons, what happens is anything that's like standing in our way or blocking what it is that we actually want ends up really being magnified, like really being shown very vividly to us and in an exaggerated way so that we can then cleanse it and let it go. One of my favorite exercises, I was doing actually a reading for a client today, and this card came up. It came in related to relationship as well. So it's very much a big theme in our collective right now. But I would recommend that you either have 3 different pieces of paper, or you have a big enough piece of paper where you can have 3 different columns. Column 1, you would write, how do I want to be loved? If I'm being loved, what's being said to me? How am I feeling? What's happening? What are we doing? And spend 5 minutes and write down everything that comes to mind. set a timer a second time in your second column or in your second piece of paper. You're going to write about, you're going to refer back to the first column for both of these. How do I give these things that I wrote down that is someone else loving me? How do I give these to myself? And you're going to rewrite everything so that if you wrote down, this person is telling me that I'm beautiful, like every single day, then you're going to give it to yourself. Like, I'm telling myself I'm beautiful every day. I'm noticing and seeing my beauty throughout the day. And then your third column or your third piece of paper, you would write, how do I expand and be this in the world? So that might be, how do I give this beauty back to the world? How do I see it and appreciate it in the world? How do I see it and appreciate it and acknowledge it in others? And so essentially, to me, this card is about embodying and being love, being the love that you want reflected back at you in your loving relationships. It's cultivating a practice that allows you to live that yourself effortlessly and to notice how every relationship changes as a result. And I will say that if you are able to kind of like randomly choose one of these each day. I used to have a little piece of paper that I would tear up and I'd pull one out for the day. It's a really great way to inspire yourself to really continue to be love and to operate from love. Okay. So next, we're going to look at money. We've got the Create Space card from my business deck. Take a step back. Community. Interesting because I literally just felt the call in these last few weeks to bring my group back around and to start forming and becoming involved in more in-person community, to start to put time on calendar for more in-person community. So it's interesting. This is coming in for money because it's showing me that these energies are related to the money that you're making, and that right now you need to basically get into a place where you can, what they're showing me, arrive into a new perspective, and that you almost have to create a little bit of spaciousness to step out of the box that you've been creating from and seeing things in. And community, people who are very like-hearted, really help you quite a bit with this process. Work field, masculine energies coming in reverse. Let me just pull one more card here to see a little bit about that. Okay, so my inner compass knows the way. So, okay, what I'm feeling here with auric field, masculine energies, it feels like it's a time of approaching money more from the internal world versus from a place of like pushing and planning. My inner compass knows the way from instead of like searching and being like, here's the way to do it, let me go look this up on YouTube or go and get a course for it. It's starting first, not to say that you won't do those things, but it's starting first from the place of you coming into, and I feel like it's like a meditation that I see you doing. I see some people doing yoga. I see other people like walking in nature outdoors, but it feels as though it's putting yourself in a place, like when it comes to money, that you really are coming into the recognition that it is such an inner world, inner dynamic game more than anything. And really giving it space and time by actually believing it. So actions are the language of the 3D world. So I feel like what I'm sensing here is that it's a shift to kind of let the more yin, feminine, connected, relationship oriented energy really guide you, to let that inner world guide you when it comes to money this week. Because it does feel like there's a lot of healing, there's a lot of growth that comes from this healing, and a lot of energy that's getting liberated. And what they're just showing me right now is that this is kind of like how these eclipse energies are working with our field to support us, to help us to release things that don't serve us anymore. We're going to go into health. I'm going to go into health and well-being next, and we'll end with expression. If anybody is scrolling by and you would like to do some kind of a personal read, just drop your question. Give me just one moment. Okay. And okay. So health and well-being, we've got the high priestess, listen to your intuition. I have patience, consider acting, consider carefully what you want before acting. The 3 of Earth card, powerful creativity, recognition for being a high quality work or a team player. And we've got awakenings, looking at things from a new perspective, temporary standstill. It's important to be yourself. Okay. So in the realm of health and well-being, I'm hearing surrendering to the rhythms of life. Surrendering to the rhythm of your life. So when I talk about well-being, we're talking about like the physical health of our body, of the vessel that is our body. And we're also talking about our mental and emotional well-being as well. So I feel like there's been a lot of energy of like kind of following systems. Like I think the paradigm that is leaving is the one of following systems and structures that other people have took together, and not to say that it's never right to gain inspiration from those things, but it is very much about seeing it as inspiration. This card here, the high priestess, listening to your intuition, have patience, consider carefully what you want before acting. When it comes to your health and well-being, what I want you to do is to really think about how you want to feel, how you want your body to feel, how you want your what you want your emotions to be like, and to start there, and then to start looking at piece by piece, like, okay, well, what food most represents that? What routines, what kind of movement best supports that? And to start making choices from that place. With the 3 of Earth card, power of creativity, recognition, okay, so what I feel here, my eyes just go to this big golden butterfly in the middle. The be a team player thing is showing me that transformation can be a lot, that being a butterfly that's going through its cocooning process can be a lot, and that you can really benefit from being in communities of other people who are going forward with those kinds of transformations, and that people are supporting each other, right? And moving forward with these new ways of being, these new ways of doing. And I also feel like that community, like involving other people, supporting other people, really helps you to stay centered on that goal. I also see here that this awakening card, Archangel Gabriel, look at things from a different perspective, temporary standstill. It's important to be yourself. A few things. Your emotional state does affect the state of your body. One thing that they bring to me personally, and kind of to like any reading right now, is that the cycle that we're in of healing is releasing things from the body that have been were released from like on a kind of mental level, emotional level, 1 to 2 years ago, and that If you've read the book, The Body Keeps Score, I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Hang on. The emotions, the emotions and like the experiences from your past can have a way of living in your physical body as well. And so there's certain things that you might experience that if you have like a disconnect and your body is feeling one way and maybe feeling a little bit off, but then there's really nothing that you're consciously aware of that needs to be released. I just find that right now there's a lot of energy that's trying to be liberated with these releases. So look at the things that pop up. If there are aches, pains, old injuries that suddenly kind of start to feel a little bit sore, they're just showing me to remind everybody, right, that it's a time of release and to maybe hold a curiosity about what might be stored there on an emotional level. Last but not least for this collective read is expression. My dreams reveal that magic is real and anything is possible. My dreams reveal that magic is real and anything is possible. So, there's two things that I have to share. The energies right now have been very activated in terms of I feel like things that people have been thinking about as they're releasing and liberating more energy. I see that through this release process, people are taking these big leaps forward and they feel as if it's by magic because there wasn't anything in the 3D that would show you that it was close, but it was in your field, in your vortex, so to speak. And there's a few things that I want to talk about here. So first, in terms of like dreams, I'll tell a story that I had a time period where I was like very set on wanting to record audiobooks because I had done, a lot of meditations and hypnosis tracks, but I'm like, man, I really want to do like audiobooks that I would just like love reading because that would be so fun. So I was really like and a lot of focus of like searching for ones I'm interested in, submitting auditions, and nothing was really coming together. There was even a time where I was like, maybe I'll just do the first one for free and get it out of the way because I felt like I really needed to have one specifically under my belt of an exact thing like that to be, I guess, to have more. So, what happened was I had a dream and in my dream, um, basically, I was sometimes like right before I wake up, this is usually when it happens. I was shown that there was 3 projects and that there was a series of 3 and that I was going to be getting all of the projects and that that would be that I'd be doing these 3 audiobooks, right? Um, Fast forward to a few months later, and I kind of just took Spirit's advice and I didn't really pursue this audiobook thing. I just kind of let it go. And I was like, okay, something on Upwork comes around, something related to a workbook when I'm not supporting as many workbooks in the same way on the design side anymore, but long story short, it ended up being a series of 3 self-love books. They were not all audiobooks, but it was a series of 3. I did work on all of them with the author, and I did record the first audiobook that way. And that was like very unexpected. And the listing that I saw and I responded to on Upwork didn't say anything about an audiobook at all until I had the conversation. And so I just think that's pretty interesting and amazing. I know that there's people and even workshops that I have had in the Practical Mystic group, which the Practical Mystic is also reopened now as of this week, where I believe Desiree Eckert did like a lucid dreaming like little mini workshop. She was talking about it in a conversation that we had, and I'm pretty sure that's still in there in the group archives. I will say that the other piece of this about dreaming, my dreams reveal that magic is real and anything is possible, is to think back to things that felt really big, that felt like really huge and ginormous at a time when you were just writing them down as one of your manifestations and desires. And what I'm feeling is that if you look back at those things, you'll see how much magic has already unfolded and transpired in your life. And they're pointing out that magic happens in subtle ways, that oftentimes we associate magic only when a big thing happens and the final bit of the manifestation pops through. But they're saying magic is present in everything, and it's moving you forward, and sometimes in big leaps each day, and that it's present every day. And to remember that the energies at work behind the scenes, just because they can't be seen by the physical eye, doesn't mean that it isn't real. So there you have it. Thank you for joining me today. I do have, in terms of ways to work with me right now, if anybody sees this collective read, I do not have readings that are open at the moment, but I will plan on opening some. It'll be somewhere in the range of mid to late August. I'm opening up a space for that. I have opened up 3 spots right now in my group, 3 new spots for Lead with Your Magic. That is opened up for this week. I'm about to do my call at noon Pacific, but between now and next Monday, noon Pacific, if anybody would like to just come for a call, right? Like I would like to invite you as my guest. And if we talk and if we feel like it's a good fit, to join us on the call. In Lead with Your Magic, it is a place where I like to call it a group playground. I ask people to set intentions each week for what they want to work on. Are you focused on relationships, on money, on your health and well-being, or on your expression? And we do pull some cards. So I do pull specifically for that collective. So people are getting through more specific information, specific reads. We're talking about what's coming up and what's been active and present in their life. And then we're actually using the dance and the body to transmute that energy, and to essentially to work with whatever energy is present to release anything that's in the way and to liberate more of the energy of who we are. Since our magic is really at the core of who we are. So if we just kind of practice letting go of anything that's not us, like a magical sculptor might do, that's what we do and Lead with Your Magic. So feel free to reach out. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here with me today. If you feel like this this reading resonates with you or with anybody else, feel free to share, and I'll see you next Monday at 11. I'll be here on time next time. I'll put on my calendar.